So let's talk about different ways in which we can classify ecosystems. Specifically, we're going to look at Specht and also Holdridge life zone classification systems. The good news is that these are super easy. They're often found on the external exam and often also on the data test, and so they're really easy marks. This is what the syllabus objective says. You need to be able to interpret data to classify and name ecosystems using the Specht classification system and the Holdridge life zone classification scheme. So let's have a look at Specht first of all. So Specht is the name of the author. It's fairly old now. Importantly though, it's Australian. So it's a way of classifying ecosystems that are Australian. There's two factors that need to be considered. The height of the tallest stratum or tallest layer of vegetation. We need to classify the life form. So in other words, is it shrubs or trees? And the height of that tallest layer. Okay, so that's the first thing, is the height. And the second one is the percentage foliage cover of that tallest plant layer. In other words, if you were to look down from above, like if you had a drone or something, you're looking down at how much of the ground is covered by the foliage. Or in other words, if you were to stand underneath the trees and look up, how much of the sky is covered with foliage. In one way we can actually look at this is from the side, from we can use like a transect and do a calculation of that. So I'm going to work through a really easy example today, but if you were to do it in the real, in an ecosystem, you would need a way of actually measuring the height of the tallest tree layer and actually measuring foliage cover. Okay, and then ultimately, once we've got these two, we can work out how we classify it. So let's have a look at an example. So here is a transect line that's 100 meters long, and you can see we've got these trees. So from that we can work out the height and type of vegetation in that dominant layer, and then also we can work out the percentage canopy cover as well. So let's have a look at the height first of all. So we can see that they're all around about 20 to 23 sort of meters. So let's see where that fits then. Trees 10 to 30 meters. Okay, so we're definitely in that range. We're definitely in that 10 to 30 meter range. Not lower, not higher. So we know we're looking in this area here. So that's as simple as that to work out the height of the tallest stratum. The next one is the percentage foliage cover. So you can see where this is nicely 100 meters long, and we can then just project down onto the ground to estimate what part of the this transect is actually covered with foliage. So we can see here that we've got to the 30 meter, so 30 to 20 to 10, so that's 20 meters plus another 5, so that's 25 meters. Oh, I can't do that on that one. Okay, so that's 25 meters, and then here we've got another 10, another 5, so 25, 30, that's 40 meters now. And now we've got 60 to 70 to 80 to 90, that's another 35. So that works out to be 75 meters out of 100, so that's 75%. So let's have a look now that we've got trees 10 to 30 meters, and the foliage cover was between 70 and 100, so it's 75%, so that means it's dense. So we're going to go through and join these two up, and we see that it's a closed forest. So let's see how we would express that. The life form and height of the tallest stratum is trees 10 to 30 meters. Percentage cover, percentage canopy cover was 75%. And the percentage foliage cover of the tallest plant layer is a dense canopy. So the ecosystem is a closed forest. And that is as simple as that. So that's nice, easy marks. Now, we've also got this other system called the Holdridge Life Zone, which has several factors here, and where they meet, we can determine what type of ecosystem it is. So you can see here we've got the annual precipitation, we've got the altitude, so like alpine, I'm sure you recognise, and we have the biotemperature, so like the temperature of the of the plants, if you like, of the living organisms in that area. And on this side, we have got our latitudinal regions, so poles all the way down to the tropics. And down here, we've got the humidity as well. So you can imagine, and then also we've got evapotranspiration ratio. So we only need 2 of those to match up and work out what the actual life zone is. So let's have a look at some examples. If we've got a humidity province with an annual rainfall of 300 mils. So that's going to be in here, annual precipitation of 300 mils, and it's going to be arid. So this one here is called a thorn woodland. Now we've got a cool temperate region. So that's down here, cool temperate, with an annual rainfall of 1500 millimetres. So that's down here to cool temperate. So that means we've got a wet forest. And finally, we've got an alpine attitudinal belt, so alpine here, with a potential evapotranspiration ratio of 0.75. So alpine and 0.75 will be in here. So that's moist tundra. So that is a really easy system to use. Often find that on the external exam. Easy marks.